It's hard to believe that August is coming to a close. We have spent pretty much the whole month here at the family home in Utah. It has been so nice. It has been so nice. We've had the best time. This is definitely like my favorite stay I've ever had out here. Now having, you know, both kids and if you're not familiar, we come out pretty much every August and most every like holiday time, kind of between Christmas and New Year's, with my husband's parents and his sister and her family, and they've got 2 kids who are 5 and 2. My kids are 2.5 and 6 months, and we have just been having so much fun. It is, you know, I think it's really special that it's something that we can do as a family. It's not easy living with people you don't normally live with. I think that can be very challenging, and I think we navigate it really well. I really do, and it's just been so much fun. It's been such a joy. So yeah, that has been definitely the highlight of the month for me. It's just been being here. This is like pretty much my favorite place ever. I would love to live here full time someday. So we'll see if that's in the cards for me. I keep dreaming about it, so maybe. But today I'm going to share with you my monthly favorites. So this is lifestyle range, clothes and accessories, personal care, home goods, multimedia, tasty treats, and then at the end I'll talk about some of my baby and toddler favorites that my kids are really into right now. And yeah, so let's do that. Oh, I didn't bring those shoes in. Let me go get those shoes. So for clothes and accessories, I have talked about my Birkenstock Arizona sandals forever. I love them. They just work so well for my feet. I have problematic feet, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I bought myself a new kind of fun pair this year, and these are the Birkenstock, I think they're called the Avas. I'm not exactly sure if that's the full name or not, but they look like, just like the Birkenstock leather ones, except they're completely plastic and really lightweight. So it's the exact same design, but these have been really great for going to the pool with. So we do belong to a pool out here that we can take the kids to, and this is just great instead of wearing like a leather shoe to a pool area where it's Winnie wants to come up. And there's no room for you on the couch to have all this stuff. You can sit on that pillow, that's fine. Anyway, no, don't sit on that pillow. I don't know whose pillow that is. I'm in my in-laws bedroom. Don't sit on that pillow, Winnie. She'll find a comfy spot. Anyway, so these have been really great to have. They're also great like if I need to run out with Winnie and the grass is wet and I just don't want my shoes to get sopping wet. These are really great. And they were like, I don't know, $35, I feel like. I'm just guessing, but that feels about right. They're really nicely made. These are kind of this almost like a copper color, and the one thing I will say about them is they do not fully replace my Birkenstocks. The thing I really like about my Birkenstock sandals is how well my feet manage in them, because this, like the footbed is really it just molds really well to your foot, and it offers a lot of arch support, and I actually have high arches. Whereas this, obviously, this is plastic. It ain't gonna mold to your foot like that. So they're not super comfortable to wear like super long term, but just for quick, you know, visits to the pool, or it'd be great for the beach, I think too. These have been awesome. So those are kind of a new thing that I bought for myself that I really like. And something else new that I bought for myself that I really like, that you've probably seen me wearing, is this necklace from Moon and Rock, which is a husband and wife business run in Hawaii. And I really like her YouTube videos, Megan Moon, and kind of their whole vibe. They live off the grid in Hawaii, and it's just really interesting. And she's got a great blog if you're into like moon cycles and kind of things that go along with that. I'm just kind of dabbling in it a little bit, but I really love this necklace. It is the Creation necklace. It's really beautiful. I'll give you a little close-up of it. I'll pan in a close-up for you, but it is just so beautiful. I got it in the rose gold. I believe all of the jewelry they offer on their site you can buy in either rose gold, gold, or sterling silver, and it is solid. So it, you know, it's definitely a more expensive piece, but it's solid gold. I don't take it off. I wear it night and day. I have been for a month now, and it is just worn really well. It's just still so beautifully vibrant and shiny, and my 6-month-old actually really likes to chew on it. I try not to let him, that's not like intentional, but it has withstood pulling and being kind of drooled on a lot, and even, you know, gets the occasional baby barf on it and all that, and it's just doing great. So it's a really beautiful piece. It has a wonderful message behind it, and a really great kind of philanthropy that goes along with the purchase of this necklace that supports reforesting. So I will put a link to the video that they did about the necklace, as well as a link to the necklace itself if you want to learn more about it. But I've always loved tree symbolism and trees just in general, and also I really like the message they have behind this necklace. So I will link, you can read all about it if you want to, but those are definitely my clothes and accessories favorites for the month. Now for personal care, I talked about my problematic feet, and oh, I do have problematic feet, you guys. I have bunions in both feet, but really not too bad on the left foot. It's getting really, really bad on the right foot, especially since my 2 pregnancies did a number on my foot, and it is just not so great. And I am seriously considering surgery on that foot, but it's a matter of timing with 2 little ones. It's a kind of an intense recovery period. I think that you just can't be on your, I need to learn more about it and see a couple of doctors and get a couple of different opinions about that. But it's definitely on my radar, I would say, in the next 5 years. I might wait till the kids are both older and in school full day, but I don't want to put it off too long. Anyway, I digress. In the interim, it doesn't give me a lot of trouble as long as I'm wearing the correct shoes. So most of the time I'm in sneakers or my very supportive house slippers, which I've talked about before, which I don't have here, I have them at home, which I can't recall the brand of right now, but they're great. Or in Birkenstocks in the summer. Those are like the only sandals I can wear. And that's basically the only shoes I can wear. When I'm in sneakers, which is most of the times what I prefer to wear, I am wearing those with custom orthotics that I have had made for my feet. But a practice that I've started in the past few months is doing some toe stretching. This is something I read about over the winter and thought I'd give it a try because I just noticed things were getting so bad with especially with my right foot, and I just wanted to help, maybe even just stall the progression a little bit if I could. And I've read that toe spacing and toe stretching can really help with that. So that's what I do. I use these Yoga Toes gems. They look like this. It's like not much to look at. But if you can imagine your feet, like say my hands are my feet, your toes go between the gems, right? And this is pretty inexpensive. I feel like this was under 20 bucks on Amazon. And then you wear these, you start with like 10-minute increments, then you work up to 20 minutes. Sometimes I even wear them for a half an hour. I don't wear them for more than that. I just wear them when I'm sitting in my bed at night doing my journaling and my planning and all the little things that I like to do to kind of wrap up my day. And I honestly have noticed a big difference with how my feet feel. I just feel like it's helping. Maybe it's only a little bit of help, but to me any little bit is a big help. I did try taping with kinetic tape for a little while, and that just gave me a lot of problems with like, what do I want to say? Not muscle tenderness, but like ligament issues. So maybe I just wasn't taping right. I don't know. I actually had a chiropractor was helping me with that, but I stopped doing that. But this has been a nice practice for me. And it's also like a good way to kind of keep myself in bed because they're really hard to walk around with. So it's a nice way to end my day, kind of sit down in my bed and and it's a dedicated time for me to journal and plan and all that. And it's kind of a nice little nightly ritual for me. So if you have toe issues, foot issues, you can read more about it, the benefits of doing toe stretching. You can definitely do too much, so I would caution you to look into that and start really small and work your way up. And I only wear mine, just like I said, for maximum I have 30 minutes at night, and it's usually only 20. But they do seem to help, especially with any kind of muscle and ligament tension than I might have had before. I don't seem to have a problem with that right now. So I am attributing that to the yogi toes. Okay, so what are we on to? Let's see. Oh yes, Homegoods. So as I mentioned, we're here in the Utah house. I decided to invest in a nice blender to have. So we have 2 kitchens here, 2 full kitchens. We are very spoiled by the beauty of this house. It is an amazing home, so beautiful. Upstairs kitchen, obviously full function kitchen. It's like kind of the heart of the house. It's where everybody hangs out. And then the downstairs kitchen, my in-laws about, I would say 8 years ago, completely renovated the basement, which was unfinished. And they added 2 bedrooms, huge playroom, a media room, another full dining area, a huge train room, which my father-in-law has just started working on. The kids are super excited about. And then a full kitchen. So I've always kind of used the full kitchen more than anybody else in the house, but especially this year, now that I'm plant-based, we've splurged and got a full-size fridge, like a huge refrigerator for the upstairs kitchen. We were just noticing we needed a lot more fridge space, even with a fridge freezer combo upstairs and a fridge freezer combo downstairs. We decided to get a full fridge for upstairs because we realized we didn't really use the freezer that much, and we have a chest freezer in the garage, which is adjacent to the kitchen out here, and then the partial freezer in the basement, and that's really all the freezer space we need. So now we have this huge fridge upstairs, which is great, and it's opened up a lot of space in the downstairs fridge, which has been really, really good for me because as a plant-based newbie, I just need a lot of fridge space now, and I didn't want to be like hogging all the family fridge space with all my perishables. So now I feel, you know, I feel good about using a lot of the fridge space downstairs. So I've kind of taken over the downstairs kitchen even more, which has worked out really well. So I bought, long story short, I am so long-winded, I'm sorry you guys. Long story short, I bought a Blendtec blender. I don't know the exact model name, but I remember, I'll link the exact one I bought downstairs because I don't know if anybody else out there is plant-based, but I feel like I use a blender so much more than I ever did in my life before. Maybe it's just me, but I use a blender at least once a day, sometimes multiple times a day, but definitely at least 1 time a day. And I use it to make my quote-unquote smooths, which if you watched my last What I Eat in a Day, I showed you how I make that, so I will throw that video up in a card for you if you want to check it out. But I'll pop in some footage of the blender blending it up. So I have a Vitamix at home, which I'm actually not terribly, I don't think it works very well. I think it may be not, I don't know if it's not functioning properly. So I might actually contact the company about that because I think they're supposed to be warranted for a long time. But anyway, I did some research. I didn't want to spend as much as the Vitamixes are great, but they're so expensive. And we're only here, you know, a couple months, not even lately with the kids being little. We're here, you know, a month in the summer and a couple weeks in the winter, and that's it. So I didn't want to spend a huge amount on a blender, but I wanted something high powered that would be really nice. So I did some research. Blendtec got great reviews. So this is definitely expensive, but it's more mid-range expensive than like Vitamix expensive. It has worked out great. It is an awesome blender and I love, love, love it. It does such wonderful things. I've made, obviously I make my smoothies in it. I've made sauces in it. I've made hummus in it. I feel like in the winter I'll be making soup in it. I've made nice cream in it. So, you know, like ice cream products that aren't with dairy. It has just been great. So I highly, highly recommend that if you want a high speed blender, but you don't want the hefty, hefty price tag of a Vitamix. I think the Vitamix is probably better rated still. The one thing I will say about the Vitamix over the Blendtec is the Vitamix has the plunger thing that really helps, especially when you're blending frozen stuff. But that's, you know, it's easy enough to stop the blender and scrape the sides, but that's just this easy. You don't really have to even stop the blender with the Vitamix plunger, but yeah, that's been awesome and I loved it. Okay, for multimedia. So, Instagram, I have just been on like, I feel like I've been on an Instagram rampage the past few months and I have just been following new people left and right. And I found this food Instagrammer, Naturally Joe, who does the most amazing food, like cute food you've ever seen. I don't know what, cute food, it's cute food. He does the most incredibly intricate smoothie bowls, like smoothies, cakes. It's cute food. I'll pop in some pictures. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like, I love seeing when he posts something new. And this kid is like, I think he just turned 17. He's insanely talented. Oh my goodness. He's insanely talented. It is so fun to me to follow different people who express art in different ways. So obviously he uses food as a medium. It's just so cool. So I thought that would be fun to share with you. I've also been reading a book. I have the physical book. I have not read it. This is The Power by Rhonda Byrne. If you're familiar with The Secret, she wrote that. I actually think I have The Secret, but I haven't read it. I kind of want to read it. I listened to this book on tape. I didn't read the book. I actually want to read the book. I just finished the book today. It's an audiobook. I've been listening to it in the evenings after I put the kids down and after I take Winnie on our little romp around the property here. I sit in the back with a mountain view and watch the sunset and listen to, you know, a chapter or half a chapter or whatever, however long, of this book. And that's just been really nice me time, to be honest. But I got interested in this book because I've been watching High Carb Hannah on YouTube, her videos. And I've been really intrigued by her sort of vibe in general. And she talks a lot about the law of attraction. And I've always been a firm believer in karma and, you know, what goes around comes around, and how you create your own joy and how that has a ripple effect. I've always been a strong believer in that, but I've never actually done any like real diving into the law of attraction stuff. So she piqued my interest in that. I will link her channel below too if you want to see it. She's definitely a favorite. I honestly can't remember I talked about her last month. So I'll include her in the favorites for sure, because she's great. If you're plant-based, she has great recipes. She's given me great tips for learning how to make sushi, something that I just started to work on. I've only been once, but anyway, back to the book. This is the #1 book she suggests if you want to learn about the law of attraction. And okay, I guess if you're a skeptic, you could probably say that this is a bit floofy. I don't know what the right word is, just like a little bit of fluff. I am not a skeptic, and to me, anything that can teach me something is something worth my time, and anything can teach you something. Really, any situation, anything you read, anything you watch, anything you witness or absorb in any way can teach you something if you have the right perspective. So for what I've taken from this book, which has been actually really life-altering, I will say, it's been a huge shift for me this month, is reframing my inner dialogue to positive. I tend to, and this is something I've actually been working on for the past 5 or 6 years, very consciously, but I even more consciously now. This book has helped me kind of realize that I do a lot of there's a lot of negative inner dialogue, and there's a lot of negative projecting, thinking about the worst case scenarios, things that probably would never happen, but I worry about these things, and this is a way for me to help with anxiety, is to not fall into that trap. So it's something I've been consciously working on for a while now. But this book has just really, the one thing that I really gleaned from this book is that I am in control of my happiness, and I can shape my happiness regardless of whatever situation, external situation, internal situation. I can work my way back to a place of love and joy by just being mindful about it. And it has helped me so much as this month just try to be more joyful and loving and grateful. I've tried to be more verbal about my gratitude. I finally returned to a daily gratitude practice, which I'll probably talk more about in my favorites next month, because I just started. I took a long hiatus from that. And just even telling the people around me who I love and who are helpful to me, anytime I feel myself thinking, wow, I am so grateful for, I'll just give you an example. I'm so grateful for Suzanne for helping with the kids, you know, being so great with my kids. Now, instead of like being like a little shy or whatever, I don't even know if that's the right word, but like just a little reserved about expressing that, now I just tell her. Now I just tell her when I think that, and that has been wonderful. It has just been a wonderful practice. It's something I'm really working on. Trying to be more vocal about my gratitude, both inside and out, and just trying to be more loving in my thoughts. About myself, about everybody around me, about situations. Of course, life isn't always hunky-dory, peachy keen, or whatever you want to say, but there is a way to work through tough stuff and come out with love being the predominant force in my life. And honestly, that book has helped me so much with that. And I'm gonna read the book because I want to physically read it. I just absorb information better when I read stuff, but the book on tape has been nice. It's read by the author as well. And they include a lot of like sound clips and sound bites and things, and it's just kind of an interesting thing to listen to because it's not just somebody talking. Yeah, that's definitely been a favorite. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been talking for so long. Okay, tasty treats. So we've been out and about on the go a lot while we're here. And then traveling, just travel days in general at the airport. I finally found a protein bar that I actually like. Historically, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of protein bars. They've always tasted, and I've tried so many different kinds, they always just taste like fake food to me, and I don't like that. They're like, this like fake sugar taste, I just don't like it. Well, I finally found one that doesn't taste fake, and it's vegan, so that's helpful. This is the Go Macro Bar. This is actually my favorite flavor. Let's see if it'll focus on it. This is the, well, now I don't know what it is. Coconut something or other. You guys can read it. Anyway, it's got really good ingredients in it. It's all ingredients, food I understand. The main protein source is an organic protein blend of sprouted brown rice and pea protein. So of course, any bar that's packaged like this is gonna have a lot of sweeteners in it because that's how they make it palatable. So the number one ingredient is organic brown rice syrup, but as far as sweeteners go, that's pretty good on the glycemic index. Then you've got organic almond butter, organic protein blend, organic puffed brown rice, organic fair trade chocolate chips, organic unsweetened coconut, organic almonds. That's it. And it's vegan, gluten-free, certified clean, certified raw, non-GMO verified, certified organic. It's just fair trade, sustainable food. I mean, it's just like, it's a really good, if you're gonna buy something pre-packaged, it's a really good option. This is the coconut almond butter and chocolate chip one. It's my favorite one that I've tried. So these are great. I always have one in my diaper bag or my purse, whatever I'm carrying. I always have one when I'm traveling. I just always grab one because it's good to have. One bar, this bar is 270 calories, so it's a little higher in calories, which I find that I need a lot of calories, especially as a breastfeeding mom. So to have a snack like this on the go is good. And that's definitely been very helpful to me this past month, out and about and on the go when I need a bite. So there's that. Okay, so now for baby and toddler favorites. My son, who is almost 7 months old, well, 7 months old now at the time of this video being published. Oh my gosh, yeah, he's 7 months old. He has always loved fabrics, anything soft, plush. He's always been very tactile with fabrics. So I actually made him a little lovey like my daughter's Bunzie, and I did a whole post on Bunzie on my blog. If you want to read about it, I will link it for you guys. But Bunzie is 2 loveys that are like pre-made loveys that I basically combined into one. It's a, what is it? It's a jelly cat, like little animal with an Aiden and an A muslin security blanket sewed onto it. So I made one for Donnie that's an elephant, which he really likes, and he's had, you know, since he's been able to roll at 4 months, he's had in his crib with him. I know some people get freaked out about putting things in the crib, but I've just not had a problem with that. And I specifically made that lovey with the muslin security blanket and the very, you know, the smaller animal to be kind of baby safe, baby friendly. And he loves sleeping with something. It helps him fall asleep by himself. And on his changing table, since around that time, or even a little sooner, I had something called a schlumpy. And this was something actually that Christina Brawley, who is one of my favorite YouTubers who I chat with from time to time, has for her little daughter, Harper. I think she said she has a bunny or a lamb, I can't remember which one. And she had been talking to me about the Lovey, you know, a few months ago, and she mentioned the schlumpy, and I was intrigued, so I looked it up and I thought, oh, that's really cute. I'll buy one for Donnie to have on the changing table because it's long and thin and flat and soft and something he can play with while I'm changing him. So I bought that probably when he was about 3 months old, and it just lived on the side of our changing table. I don't have it here to show you because he's sleeping. It's like 7:30 at night, he's out. But I'll insert a picture or a clip of him with it. It's a very long, flat stuffed animal with basically the head is stuffed, but the body's completely flat and has some different textures on it, some different soft textures on it. And he always loved, I call him Mr. Fox, on this changing table. Well, when we came here and he turned 6 months old, I felt like confident like he could have that in the crib after watching him sleep with the other Lovey, the little, we call Ellie. The elephant Lovey, I knew he would be okay with having another animal. He just loved Mr. Fox so much. I thought, well, maybe he'll want Mr. Fox in his bed too. He loves Mr. Fox. It's so cute. As soon as I put Donnie down in his crib, Donnie will bring Mr. Fox over in one arm and Ellie over in the other and smush his head between the two animals. And oftentimes I watch him, you know, I've got a video monitor. I watch him and he'll have Mr. Fox, like he'll position it right under his face so he's lying on the soft animal. He just loves having that. So I thought I'd mention that here because it's definitely become a huge favorite of Donnie's over this past month because I've let him have it in his crib full time. Those things stay in his crib for right now. We bring Ellie in the car with us when we go on long trips or anything. But we'll see. He might be a too lovey kid. We'll see. He's still pretty young, but he loves his blankie. He loves his loveys. He's just a very tactile kid. And now for Charlotte, we have these little toys out here that I bought at art fair that I went to last year, and they're little peg dolls. I actually haven't given her these. I thought I would give her these when we came back around her birthday time. This obviously, you're familiar with Disney, is Frozen, Elsa, Anna, and Olaf. Cece has in her room here, she has, I think it's Snow White, the Little Mermaid, Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, Belle, Rapunzel, and Cinderella, little princess. Charlotte is obsessed with anything Disney princess. She loves Disney princesses, and she has a little wooden dollhouse in her little room out here, and that the little peg dolls fit in. These are just so cute. It's an Etsy shop called Little Things Happy, and they are little peg dolls. So actually, I think that fair is this upcoming weekend. If you are local, it's Swiss Days in Midway here in Utah. And she has been at this lady who makes these has been at this fair for the past few years. We are missing it this year, sadly. I don't know if we'll get to go back to it because of timing with Cece's little toddler program starting after Labor Day. But so cute. She has a Mickey mini set that we travel with sometimes to Disney and stuff. This is my little like travel box of goodies to bring. I like to bring little toys that I kind of rotate in and out for her on the plane. These are great little plane toys because they're not so small that you feel like you're gonna lose them. But so fun. It's kind of a nice twist on like, we definitely have the Fisher-Price plastic figurines at home too, which she loves. But I thought it was nice to have the little wooden dolls for out here for her little dollhouse, and she loves them. Okay, well, I talked for a million hours as usual. Thank you guys for watching. I didn't say this in the beginning of the video, but I haven't been wearing makeup, and I am sitting in front of a large bay window, and it's a lot of really bright light. So I probably look a little pale and a little tired. In my last video, I got some concern about that. You guys, I am really well. Please don't worry about me. If I was wearing a full face of makeup, I'd probably look a little less pale, but I just have been embracing the au naturel look, and I've just been really enjoying it. Anyway, I'm doing well. I hope you guys are well too, and yeah, that is that is it. We're going back home, back to reality, but I did film a vlog for you while we were here, so I will put that video up for you next week, and then it's back to my usual home backgrounds. And we'll be back for New Year's. Back in Utah for New Year's. Anyway, I hope you are well. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care, you guys. Bye.